England, 1730. That year, a group of 12 members of the nobility founded the New Hellfire Club. Their headquarters was the site of a former Franciscan abbey, over which they placed the words in stained glass, "Fais si que voudras," do what you will. Politics was not up to the task of combating impieties. The heretics were too rich and influential, and the club's influence grew until even Benjamin Franklin attended meetings during his time in England in 1758. Evil would be challenged. Another group of 12, whose names were lost to history until now, formed a new order, unaffiliated with either the English or Catholic churches, to oppose the power of the Hellfire Club. By 1755, this group had become widely known as the Legion of Shame. Between 1752 and 1759, the Legion of Shame met in the catacombs beneath the Temple Street burlesque. Its chief strategy was to purchase the gambling and whoring debts of society gentlemen who belonged to London's clubs of ill repute, and to forgive the debts only if the aristocrats made public confessions of all their sins and resigned their government positions. Men of science and patrons of the arts were ruined by this blackmail, forced by public condemnation to leave the metropolis for their country estates or retreat to the colonies. A few of the particularly rich were able to purchase titles in France through connections with the infamously corrupt Jacob Lefin, secretary to the Sun King. At the time, this seemed the ideal escape, living in continued debauchery and notoriety as members of that nation's ruling class. But they earned a reputation among the French intellectuals as Satan's Englishmen, and were particularly targeted by the Revolution, when they and their families were wiped out to a person. By 1760, the Hellfire Club realized that there was a secret power striking its members down, and endeavored to find the identities of their equal and opposite numbers. They failed, and the Hellfire Club collapsed in 1766 when a general warrant was issued for their abbey, and materials deemed seditious against the king were discovered. But the Legion of Shame continued after the fall of its nemesis, perhaps believing that the concentration of blasphemous impulses that had led to its creation were now spread across society. Its motto has appeared on public monuments and dens of iniquity across the world since 1768. Erit in exemplum cunctis potentibus. An example shall be made of the mighty. Now, today, for the first time, we know who they are. This is the first step that has made the fallen cosmos possible.